So the title of this session we wanted to look at technology and training, and I want to transition at this point to talking about training in the firm. We've heard already that at least some of you perceive that to be an integral part of success, but I'd like to start the conversation with the distinction between training and training management. To me, training is an event. If I need to know how to do something and you teach me how to do it, training has occurred. That was an event that took place and a progression in my skill set. Training management, by contrast, is the coordinated program that gets the right training to the right person at the right time with the right resources, all for some business purpose. And so instead of just being an event that takes place, it's a process within the firm that gets you the training you need, and because it's a process, needs to be managed and directed like any other process within the firm. Here's how I believe you get to the growth that Michael was talking about. What do you get from an individualized, customized, well thought through training program in your firm? Well, I think you get several of these things. I think you can maximize the IT investment that you're already making. We saw on the previous slide that you're spending about $7.50 roughly out of every charge hour that you use based on technology. How do you get the most out of that technology investment? Well, I would maintain that part of that is making sure that the people can use the technology that you're putting into place. Think of the simplest examples, Microsoft Excel. Is there only like a bazillion functions and features in Excel? And how many of them do you really need to know on your job? But of those that you need to know, how many are people already proficient at? And if they aren't proficient at it, is it to your advantage to target your training on those things that would make them better able to do their jobs? And that leads you then to standardizing processes and procedures. How many different ways are there in your firm to use the technology applications that you have? Does everybody in the firm use CCH engagement the same way? Does everybody use your document management system the same way? Do you have standards that you have promulgated throughout the firm and then using some sort of a systematic approach codified that down into a set of skills that you need to manage and then applied a training scenario that says, if I don't know how to do these, I'm going to get caught up? And if you do, then I think you've taken a huge step towards what I think many of you want to do, is standardize your procedures across the firm. And I believe if you do those things, that's when you start realizing the real efficiencies that are out there. Simply buying a piece of software and putting it in place and even describing that here's a standard doesn't necessarily get you where you want to go until you get everybody on board.